wild ride. The world rushes by, filling us with sensations. Sights and sounds, the feel of air against skin. All sorts of information pours into the nervous system. The brain receives and interprets this information and compares it to memories. The result might be a feeling of exhilaration or fear or both. The nervous system contains billions of specialized nerve cells that receive and transmit messages. The brain is a control center of the nervous system, constantly at work keeping the body running smoothly. The base of the brain connects to the spinal cord, a thick bundle of nerve fibers that runs down the length of the back and with the brain makes up the central nervous system. The central nervous system connects to all the other nerves in our body, and it controls all motions, all sensations, all thinking. The human body has several types of nerves. Sensory nerves carry messages from sensory organs like our ears and eyes to the central nervous system. And motor nerves carry messages from the central nervous system to muscles that are then stimulated to move. The nervous system is made up of nerve cells called neurons. Neurons communicate by sending nerve impulses through thread-like fibers from one neuron to another. Here, the nerve impulses are slowed way down. Neurons actually communicate very quickly, sending up to 1,000 nerve impulses in 1 second. Bundles of neurons are linked together to form pathways that reach into every part of the body. A nerve impulse is created when a neuron is stimulated, perhaps by other neurons or perhaps by stimulation from the outside world.
Runners, to your marks.
A sight.
Get set.
A sound. A touch.
Oh, hi. Hi.
A smell. A taste. Thoughts can also stimulate neurons. The brain alone has more than 1 billion neurons interconnected in very complex ways. One neuron might communicate with thousands of other neurons. This intricate web of message-passing neurons makes the brain more powerful than any computer. This represents a portion of brain tissue smaller than a grain of sand. Messages race along nerve fibers as tiny electrical impulses from one neuron to another. Every moment, the brain is receiving messages from inside the body and from the outside world. Messages it must quickly sort out and act upon in order to keep us alive and well. But the brain does much more. Scientists don't fully understand how, but our thoughts, memories, and emotions, the things that make us individuals, are basically sequences of nerve impulses in the brain. So are the things we perceive. Sights, sounds, tastes, smells, and touches. And the basic building block for all the brain's activity is a neuron.
Each of you represents a single neuron, and what we're going to try and do here is model the transmission of information from one nerve cell to another along a nerve pathway. I'm going to start an impulse with Natasha. Ready?
Now.
With some of your classmates, you can pretend to be a nerve pathway, sending along a message by squeezing the shoulder in front of you.
Now.
Okay, take a look at the clock. Good job. Let's try it again. Are you ready?
You can get faster at this the more you practice, and nerve pathways work that way too.
Excellent.
Repeating the same action again and again speeds up communication among the nerves involved, so we get faster and more precise at the activity.
Now.
Whoa, 1.97 seconds. Excellent.
That's why practice makes perfect. The more you repeat an activity, the more efficient your nervous system becomes at controlling that activity. Body motions that you decide to do yourself, the ones you have control over, are called voluntary movements. You're sending a signal from your brain that tells your muscles to move.
Okay, Jay, let's check your reflexes if you can.
Sometimes your body moves without a signal from your brain. This automatic and involuntary movement is called a reflex. Most reflexes are controlled by the spinal cord, and they act to protect you. Your muscles react to potential danger even before your brain gets a pain signal. The brain is a center of nervous system activity. Special cameras and computers can give medical experts an inside view of the brain. The brain performs countless tasks necessary to sustain life, coordinate our muscles, and give us a unique personality.
This model will help us take a closer look at the parts of the brain. The large portion, here at the top and front, is the cerebrum. And then, toward the back, you can see the cerebellum. Underneath that, located at the very top of the spinal cord, is the brainstem.
Different parts of the brain serve different purposes. While visible from the outside of the brain, these structures are more apparent from the inside. The three major parts of the brain are the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The brainstem automatically regulates critical body functions necessary for life.
The brainstem is responsible for involuntary actions that are going on all the time without us thinking about them. Can you think of anything that's going on regularly in your body that you're really not consciously controlling right now? Matt?
Your heartbeat.
Excellent.
And breathing.
Breathing, two really good examples. We're not really thinking about that. Something's taking care of that for us.
It's the brainstem.
The cerebellum receives information about the position of various parts of the body and helps with muscle coordination, balance, and posture. Most activities are a series of motions that are smoothly linked together by the cerebellum. Some of these movements take years to perfect. The cerebrum is the largest and most complex part of the brain, with many different functions. It contains the centers for voluntary movement and thinking. Learning, reasoning, imagination, and emotions are possible because of the cerebrum. The cerebrum also enables you to perceive the world through your senses. Information rushes into the brain from sensory nerves, and the cerebrum compares the information to past experience and makes sense of it. This mechanism is finely tuned to give us the correct amount of information about our surroundings. Too much information might be overpowering, and too little might be dangerous.
Natasha?
Yeah.
How did Natasha know that I wanted her attention?
We have touch receptor nerves all over our skin, but not all parts of our body are equally sensitive to touch. With some simple equipment, you can test the sensitivity of various parts of your skin. More sensitive parts of your body have nerves packed tightly together, so you can feel the two distinct points of a bobby pin.
2.
But the same 2 points can feel like just 1 point on your arm, since there are fewer touch receptors there.
1.
Okay, what do we find out? That's the question. Why would your body be designed to have even more nerve endings, sensory neurons, here, for instance?
Because-
Matt, go ahead.
Well, when you feel something, you usually feel it with your hands. I mean, you don't go like this.
Excellent.
You go like this.
Well, also, your face and your entire head is a very important part of your body, so you need it to be really sensitive.
That's great. So there's two things that come out of that. One is your body's designed to be able to get information before it causes you trouble. And the other is to protect the most important parts. We're going to put a lot of neurons, a lot of sensory neurons around those areas that will allow us to get information quickly and safely and to protect really important parts of ourselves. That's great.
The cerebrum organizes our experiences and then stores them as memories. A young child enjoys a game of peekaboo because he remembers his mom will reappear. His cerebrum enables him to recall what has happened before and to predict what will happen next. Learning a new skill can require great concentration and repetition. After repeated practice, these activities may be accomplished without much thought. Scientists believe the process of learning involves sending the same messages through particular nerve pathways again and again. With practice, the brain learns these pathways and the action becomes more automatic. No one knows exactly how we learn and remember. Memories may be stored in the brain as chemicals, or perhaps as special nerve pathways. Some memories only last a moment.
That was lucky. Yeah, that was luck.
I went to camp. It was a Boy Scout camp about 60 years ago.
Other
it was out in the
memories
woods.
last a lifetime.
And I can remember, I was just a little kid, you know.
There's a turtle. Yeah?
Imagination and creativity are wonderful human qualities.
Hey, that looks like a teapot, you guys. Yeah,
Millions of neurons interact in the brain's cerebrum to give us all sorts of ideas.
That one looks like a buffalo.
Which one? Over there. See? Oh, I see it. Big buffalo. Oh, look at that one. It looks like a flying saucer. Yeah, it does. Cool. Too bad there's not an alien to go with it. I'm going. Anybody coming? I'll come.
Our personality is what makes us unique. Life experiences are stored in the cerebrum and help shape our personality.
The brain's responsible for a great many things. Even when you're consciously involved in problem solving, thinking deeply about something, there are a huge number of things going on in your body that your brain is really responsible for. Matt, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start.
Heartbeat. Inhale. Blink. More blood to
If your
brain.
classmates each play the part of one of the activities controlled by your brain, you can get a sense of how busy things are inside your head.
Inhale. Left. Blink.
Your brain enables you to solve puzzles that would stump a computer.
Tip right. More blood to
At the
brain.
same time, the brain, along with the rest of your nervous system, controls vital life processes and keeps you aware of your surroundings.
Heartbeat. Inhale. Exhale. Blink.
Nice work. Very good, very good.
The nervous system is made up of billions of interconnected neurons that keep us in touch with the world. The amazing nervous system gives us the ability to learn, to create and enjoy special experiences, and to plan for tomorrow.